Now a lot of these mills, they just go straight for just being blunt and honest and telling you what they're looking for and what they're not looking for. So a lot of these 40 plus year old women, they'll be like, hey, it'll even be in their damn bio sometimes of the dating profile, right? It'd be like, hey, I ain't looking for no daddy for my kids, or hey, I'm looking for a daddy for my kids. And that is a very distinction. That's a very important distinction that you need to make before you move on at all. Because if you're not ready for fatherhood and she wants a daddy for her kids and you become that figure, you're gonna fuck shit up. And the last thing you want is to present yourself in this child's life as a father figure and then walk out just like they first daddy did. You don't want to do that.
Oh, fucking hell.
By the way, Tommy's the one that gave us the name Rowdy Boys, mind you, which is why we call it.
Actually,
Rowdy.
really? No, Andrew did.
No, I thought it was you.
I thought that it was you.
No, I got it from him.
And you got it from Tommy. That's fucking crazy.
Hold up, who got that white girl, save me a bump? Drew over there on the table, he slumped. Pringle dancing like Jamaican on rum. Teddy's in the bathroom taking a hold up. Who got that white girl, save me a line? Tamim got the hookah, he's taking his time. Tommy's wildin', I should break up that fight, but this is a day in the life of the Rowdy Boys.
Gang, gang.
Let me check my stance.
Hey, squad.
What's going on, everybody? It's the Rowdy Boys back in the building. Drew over here. Ted over there. Say what's up, Ted.
Howdy.
No Pringle today. Pringle had some he had some errands to do, I guess you could say.
Nah, Pringle forgot his earphones at his friend's house, so and you know,
damn it. It's all out there now.
his setup is already like on life support, so he can't afford to he can't afford to have not one missing element, or else the whole show is fucking kaput.
Yeah. Hey, I just need to give a quick fucking y'all know right here, y'all know Smitty Senior, y'all know Smitty Junior. I just wanted to show y'all fucking Big Smith right there. Big Smith.
What's up, Big Smith?
Check it out. Big Smith, check it out.
What up, Big Smith?
Big Smith. Hold on, it's focusing on me. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna try to get this shit to focus on the damn AR. There we go. Yeah.
Country shit.
Smith and Wesson.
Country shit.
Smith & Wesson, M&P Sport 3, brand new. It got released in 2024, I believe. For all y'all gun nuts, you can kind of tell me all the specs and shit about this, but yeah, no, it's a fucking, you know what I mean? No, it's a great gun. I was looking between this and a Diamondback, and I went with Big Smith. So my whole lineup is fucking Smith & Wesson now. So
golly,
yeah, y'all got to see.
Hey, and
y'all got to see Big Smith.
And I'm trying to get like Andrew over here. I don't think I'm gonna get me a Big Smith, but hey, never say never, you know, cause I'm gonna be I'm gonna get a house or an apartment or something, and you know, I might want to get a Big Smith. It might call for a Big Smith. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. And I just want to give a big thank you to Shane and Jen for blessing me. Give me that damn belt buckle that y'all gave me. This shit
that shit looking clean.
Clean as fuck. So, hey, appreciate it, Shane and Jen.
Yeah,
anyway.
we done came up. We got some fan mail. That belt buckle's some fan mail. No, I'm just joking. If you want to send us some fan mail, our P.O. box. No, I'm just joking. We ain't like that. We ain't got it like that just yet.
Hey, what you could do though, before we get into the video, we're talking about MILFs today. All right. Hey, give us a like, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, or if you're new to us. Comment in the comment section below what you think about MILFs or what your experience are with MILFs. And share the video with a friend, man. We're going to be talking about the goods, the bads, the ugly. You know, we are a little bit on a time crunch because battery on Ted's camera is a little bit not in our favor. Not 100%. But we're going to try to give it all to you guys in the time that we have. All right. Let me lay some foundation here.
Right.
Let me lay some foundation for you.
Lay it on him, Billy Bob Drew.
Billy Bob Druid this time, folks, and we gonna be talking about some MILFs, damn it.
Yeah.
All right.
Hold up.
Me personally.
Yeah. Let's go.
All right. Wait, now we talking about MILFs over here, folks. We talking about the seasoned veterans of the dating market. All right. We talk about the seasoned veterans. All right. You know, this kind of reminds you. It takes a lot of young folk, a lot of young cats back to their hot elementary and middle school teachers. You know what I mean? You remember Mrs. Prescott with the glasses and the nice curves? You was like,
is that a real name?
Gosh.
Was that a real reference?
I just made it up.
Oh, okay.
You remember Mrs. Prescott, right? She had that body. You just like, you was like 10, 11 years old and you just went home and you fucking squeezed one off.
Yeah. You like that. Like even to this day, you're like, damn, I wonder what Miss Prescott is up to nowadays with her fine ass.
Right. No, there was this one teacher, man. I remember her, man. She was just freaking like great body. Like, I think she was like a fairly young teacher too. She was like 28 when I was in high school. So the age gap wasn't that big and that much of a, like, she was closer to me than a 50-year-old, right?
Yeah,
and,
so she's like 40 right now.
Exactly. So I was like, man, dude, I would just love to. Let me stop though. Let me stop. All right, so guys, I think this a lot of guys have a infatuation, a fetish, attraction towards MILFs and stuff like that, right? And we wanted to lay the foundation to talk about the goods, the bad, the ugly, right? Last time I edged y'all on to get our watch hours, and bro, 38, almost 40 views. So I mean, right now at the time of this recording, that video to how to ensure yourself to get girls got almost 40 views. I mean, that's fucking record breaking for us. So appreciate y'all.
Yeah, y'all go ahead and give us a round of applause. The Rowdy Boys, give us a round of applause for reaching 40 views on the video.
So that I edged y'all on that one, right? But this time we're gonna give you the goods right off the jump, right? So with the MILFs and the older women, like I said, they're like the seasoned veterans, if you will. All right, they've been in the dating game so long. She's probably got a kid. Most likely, if you're dealing with older girls, she's gonna have a kid, right? She reminds you of your damn your middle school or high school teacher, right? The one that you had a crush on. Everybody used to talk about like, oh, what you would do to her. And I want to first start off by saying, for the young dudes, let me get myself back in focus here, because we do this we do these videos to be like a damn big unk, big brother to y'all. Y'all gotta really be careful, man, with these girls, because they know what the fuck they're doing, all right? You know what I mean? Their manipulation taxes are out the fucking door. They have a lot of life experience on y'all, man. They've been in the dating game for a long time, you know what I mean? Because, she's probably been getting hit on with her middle school boyfriends and shit like that. 13, 14 years old, she had boyfriends already. Your ass, you never had a fucking girlfriend until you were 25 years old, right? So, you guys gotta be very, very careful, and I'm gonna get right into it. Sex with these chicks are crazy, bro.
Yep.
Sex
they know
with
what
these
they
chicks
want.
are crazy.
It's the experimentation stage is over. They already know what they want, and they already know what they like,
want.
And they know what they don't like. So it's very straight to the point.
And a lot of guys, I don't think, like I said, be careful now, right? A lot of guys, they don't understand what they're getting themselves into, because not only does she know what she like, what she doesn't like, but she knows what guys like. So you come in over there. So you come in over there, 25 years old. 33% of men between the ages of 18 and 25 or 18 and 30 are fucking sexless. 1/3. So boom, that's out. They never had any sex. The other 2/3, they're barely getting any sex, if that either, right? So this girl, you start messing around with a damn MILF or older girl, she start putting that fucking thing on you, man. That wet, that whoo. You gonna be fucking falling in love. You gonna be a stepdaddy in no time. So you better be careful.
Yeah. So basically, one good thing that we're pointing out is that they know how to please a man. Typically, right?
Right.
They know how to please a man, and they also know their own body. They already know what they like, what they don't like. Now, I've been with MILFs that turn into goddamn drill instructors when you smashing them. Like if you doing something,
Holy shit.
yeah, if you doing something she don't like, should be like, hey, don't do that. Do it like this. No, do it like that. Like I'm like, are you even in the moment? Like you just talking like you, you know what I mean? Like you teaching me how to fix a car. You just like, nah, you got to get this tool. You got to, hey, go grab that tool from the garage, get it over here, and then you got to put it in this hole, and then you got to twist it this way until it makes a noise. Like, I'm like, golly, like, we ain't even in the moment right now. Right now, I'm just trying to
She's not even breathing hard.
Yeah, I'm just trying to follow instructions at this point. You know what I mean? Now, I have not dealt with that a lot because, hey, I'm 28, but I know what the fuck I'm doing too, right? But then again, this is something that we've talked about in previous videos, right? There's the default that you go to when you have a new partner and you're just doing what other people, you know, other girls have liked, and you just go with the default. And then there's other stuff that, you know, you got to learn about each partner that you're with to make sure, okay, this stuff is not something that you just pull out the gate right on the first one. You got to wait till down the road. You got to have some conversations, right? Man, a couple of these MILFs, bro. I know that there's a lot of guys out there. I know maybe some people that are watching this video that thoroughly enjoy this, but a lot of the women, a lot of the MILFs, right? They will go immediately, no questions asked, no warm up, no nothing, to a pinky in the butt.
Oh!
And they just think that they just know. They just think, okay, every guy likes this because, you know, I've been with about 6 or 7 dudes that asked for this, so I'm not even going to ask anymore. I'm just going to go for it. And I got to be like, hey, hold your horses, all right? Hold your horses. Because we got to...
Hey, watch where you put it, that damn thing there, girl.
Yeah, we got to have some conversations. We got to sign some documentations, and we got to figure this shit out. And through that, you're going to find out that I do not like that. So at the very fucking least, at least ask. In fact, at the very fucking least, even less than asking, right? At least spit on your fucking finger, right? But anyway, I'm gonna throw it back to you, Andrew.
You know, all this damn talk, all this damn talk about, you know what I mean? All these people want to talk about, hey, you know, we need to make sure that we're in consent, this and that. Well, where the damn hippity-hoppity consent for fucking Texas Ted over here?
Yeah. Did I get a chance to share my consent or lack thereof? Absolute and tootin' fucking lootly not. You know what I mean?
Oh man, this video's already off the fucking hinges.
So you know what? I'm gonna present our next point, right? I'm gonna present our next point because you said you want us to like basically start with the good and then tack on the bad at the end, right? So I'm gonna start with I'm gonna give us another good point, right? Another good point. A lot of these young girls, right, in their 20s, I think my southern accent's getting a little better. I think it's just because I'm in Texas, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you just hear it everywhere now.
Yeah. But anyway, a lot of these young girls, they playing games, they don't know what the hell they want. And they don't know that they don't know what they want until you present it to them, and then you get played, right? Now a lot of these MILFs, they just go straight for just being blunt and honest and telling you what they're looking for and what they're not looking for. So a lot of these 40-plus-year-old women, they'll be like, hey, it'll even be in their damn bio sometimes of the dating profile, right? It'd be like, hey, I ain't looking for no daddy for my kids, or hey, I'm looking for a daddy for my kids. And that is a very distinction. That's a very like important distinction that you need to make before you move on at all. Because if you're not ready for fatherhood and she wants a daddy for her kids and you become that figure, you're going to fuck shit up. And the last thing you want is to present yourself in this child's life as a father figure and then walk out just like they first daddy did. You don't want to do that.
Oh, fucking hell. Oh, man.
Call that a fucking double homicide. That is fucking wild. You do not want to do that. So if you're not ready for fatherhood, make sure that you make that distinction, whether or not she's just looking for a daddy for her kid, or whether she's just looking for some play on the side. You got to ask those important questions. And guess what? She's going to be very straight up with you about it. If she's a mature, 40-plus-year-old woman that's been around the block, that has matured along with the time, because a lot of these MILFs also still have the minds of 20-year-olds. So you got to be careful. Don't just think that she's going to be mature and she's going to be, upfront and all that shit just by default. I'm just saying that there's a bigger chance that she is than is not, because typically, especially with women, they will mature with age. You know what I mean? But don't let your guard down. Because they might play you as well. And I've seen that firsthand myself. They might play you as well.
We got to get to that.
Yes.
We're going to get to that. We're going to talk about all that shit at the end, right? But, when we talking about a younger man, right? And maybe we'll put this in parameters, right? 18 to 30 for a guy is, I would consider, more young. You know what I mean? Even 18 to 35 is kind of young for a guy. And then for a girl, 18 to 30 is young, right? After 30, you're kind of dipping and dabbing more so into MILF and older girls, right? So we'll just put it that for age brackets, right? No fucking science behind it. I just made it up, right? But just so that way you guys have parameters of what we're talking about. So whenever we're talking about younger dudes going for older girls, usually from what I've noticed, from what people have told me, all right? You know what I mean? And what I've done my personal self, it's usually for a lay, right? Like, let's call a spade a spade. It's usually for a lay, right? And I will say, for like I said before, for the young cats out there, if you don't know what you're doing, you're gonna fuck around and fall in love with a damn MILF, all right? Because she's gonna put it on you so fast, so hard. I mean, pause. This shit sounded like I'm talking about a dude, but for the young cats out there, if you don't know what you're doing, you get involved with a MILF. You're like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna hop on Facebook dating. I'm gonna go to the MILF category. I'm gonna get me a 44-year-old seasoned veteran in this shit. That MILF gonna put that wet, that whoo on you, and it's gonna be game over. All right, you know what I'm trying to say? You're not gonna know what you're doing, and I need guys to understand, like, bro, your life can change very dramatically if that shit goes fucking left. All right, I know a guy personally. Okay. I know a guy personally. He was messing around with a fucking older woman, like 30-year age gap. Like, he was like 20 or something. This bitch was like 40 or 50. So, he was messing around with her. He wound up falling in love with this chick, marrying the woman, and basically stayed with the girl until that woman died. So you fuck around. And, you know what I mean? She puts that thing on you because, you're super inexperienced as a guy. Most guys in that age group between 18 and 30, most guys are inexperienced with girls. So, you know what I mean? Like, yes, all right, you go down to the older girls, it's going to be a little bit easier. Their guard's a little bit more down. They're a little bit more straight up forward. They're just trying to, a lot of times, just get a lay too. But, bro, she can put that thing on you so good that you don't know where the fuck, you don't even know what your name is anymore. You know what I'm trying to say?
And the reason they're doing that, not to cut you off, but the reason they're doing that, a lot of them, is because they're not looking for just the next relationship. They're looking for a husband. And they know what they need to bring to the table in order to achieve a husband. So they're going to be trying... At least what?
No. At least at face value, that's what she's going to present, right?
Yeah, exactly. Honestly, that first month or two, the usual talking stage, that's really all it's going to take for her to lay all of her fucking cards down and just right. get your heart and just get your heart right in her fucking hands, because she's already been through the game.
And
she already knows.
Balls.
Yeah. So all you gotta do is tell her what you like, and next thing you know, she's doing it every fucking day, and you falling in love, and you're like, oh my gosh, she's too good to be true. And that it's because she ain't got much life to live. You know what I mean? She ain't got much more life to live. So she's looking to lock down a husband, and locking down a husband don't mean, doing these, talking stages, situationships, whatever you call it.
Right.
For years and years and years, and then get played, because guess what? It's an investment too. You're an investment to her. So if she spends all that time You know what I mean? Just like if she really lets it stretch out and she doesn't expedite that shit, she really stretch it out. She's investing all that time, and then if it doesn't work out, guess what? Now she's a year fucking older. Now she's 2 years fucking older. And some of these MILFs, they're still trying to have a baby, or they're still trying to have another baby, right? Now that window of opportunity. You spitting
right now, bro. That's fucking facts, bro.
Bro, I'm spitting like a llama. Listen, that window of opportunity. That window of opportunity is shortening for them to have a child. Yes. So she really wants to make things work with another man, have a husband, have a baby by him, so that she feels like a success as a woman, right? That window of opportunity is shortening very, very fucking fast. So even if she doesn't acknowledge it, what is she doing? She is expediting the get together, dating, become a couple, engagement, marriage, kid. Especially if she's religious, because she wants to get married for the kids. So she's expediting that whole thing so that her clock doesn't run out. You know what I mean?
Right.
They are in a race against time. They are in a race against time, and because of that, they are gonna try everything that they fucking can to get you to fall in love. So that's why you slip into that. That's why you slip into that where you're like, oh my gosh, she's fucking amazing. Why did her ex-husband leave her? But guess what? If you really fall for all that shit and you go through the fucking fast lane with the fast pass and you get to the damn marriage and the kids and shit, guess what's gonna happen? She gonna whoop, lift that fucking mask up, and then you gonna see exactly why her ex-husband left her. Don't fucking do that to yourself. Don't do that to yourself, dude, partner.
I wanted to interject and just fucking give you your props so bad because, bro, that is a fucking Instagram and TikTok and YouTube fucking reel right there. That's why I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna interrupt it. He's preaching right now. He's preaching. Just let him go.
Yeah, I was preaching, brother.
Another thing too, right? For a lot of the young guys, right? Just because I was talking about more of the sexual side of things with the older girls, right? Not only are they gonna put that thing on you in terms of like, like basically just regular old sex, bro. A lot of these chicks, they'll be open to your kinks. They'll 100% embrace your kinks. You know what I'm trying to say? They'll be like, yeah, oh, you want to do this to me? You want to do that to me? You want to chain me up? You want to hog tie me? You want to fucking, play impact play, whatever the fucking case may be. Maybe you want your fucking nuts stomped on, whatever the case may be. Piss on her.
Yeah, because she's already probably done a lot of it, or at least she's heard of it. So it's like it's nothing new to her. She's 40 years old. She's been probably dating for like 20 plus years. You know what I mean? So she's already done all that shit. You know, you all nervous because you like in your 20s and you're used to talking to other girls in their 20s who's never even heard of some of that shit. And you're like,
right.
Yeah, so basically, I like to get peed on. And the girl's like, oh my gosh, fucking hurt. So the girl's like, oh, I've never even heard of that. That's crazy. Oh my God, I would never do that.
Right.
And you get your fucking heart broken. Now, the woman, like that's in her 40s, right? You all nervous walking up to her, or you trying to break the ice, or you trying to break it to her like, yeah, I like to get peed on. And she's like, so do you want me to drink water before so that it's clear, or do you want me to eat asparagus so that it's real dirty?
Oh,
you know what I mean? She's just like, she's down for that action because she knows about it, and she's probably had about 10 action. She probably had about 10 dudes ask her that shit. You know what I mean? So,
bro.
Hey.
I want to tell y'all a quick story, right, about this one girl, a MILF I was messing around with, right? And just to kind of show you guys how open they are to kinks and all that kind of stuff, right? Because again, when it comes down to younger men and older women, usually it's most of it is just a sexual component. Most younger guys are not trying to fucking lock down a 40 or 50-year-old fucking single mom. You know what I mean? It's mostly a sexual component, a fetish, attraction, whatever the case may be. It's mostly, you know what I mean? He wants to, have that and, sow his oats with some MILFs, right? But there was a MILF I was messing with, man. Let me get myself back in focus here. There was a MILF I was messing with, man. I'm not gonna get into too much on this video just because we have a limit to the amount of time. But bro, after one session, man, I put in some work on that one. All right, I'm gonna get into more details on another video. But if you guys want that other video,
no, you know what? I think we got time. I mean, hey, even if my camera cuts off, I want to hear the long version of the story. So don't worry about it.
Okay, so basically, it was some online dating app. I fucking forgot which one it is, right? But anyway, long story short, hot, fucking like white, blonde, blue-eyed soccer mom, right? My type. Like 36, 37, right? Whatever I forgot what it was, right? This was like 2-3 years ago.
So you was
2 years ago.
just to lay down the foundation. That means that you were 27.
27.
And she's 38, right? So it's about 11 year age gap. All right.
Right. 11 or 12, something like that, right? And yeah, no. So, bro, first of all, this was before I had the fucking mustache and shit, right? For those of y'all who don't know, I mean, a lot of this, the Western outfits, like I grew up, you know what I'm saying? Listening to Conway Twitty and Dolly Parton and shit like that through my dad. Actually, talk about my dad. This is actually his fucking shirt right here. You know what I mean? Rest in peace.
I feel like I've seen him. So, I think I've seen him in that shirt.
Yeah, he used to wear this shirt. This is a Wrangler Hero. So you can't even get these shirts anymore, right? So I got all of his old Wrangler stuff. You know what I mean? Some of them were like $250, $300 Wranglers. But anyway, so you know, a lot of the Western wear and stuff like that, I came to it more. But I was a huge country fan and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But you know, I just couldn't live like that in Hawaii because you know you ain't ranching and fucking moving cattle and riding horses. I mean, there's only like one fucking horse ranch in Hawaii, on Oahu at least. But anyway,
because all the all right, holy shit, I'm gonna bleep that the fuck out, dude. Holy shit, I'm gonna bleep that out. What did I just say? What just came out of my mouth?
Bleep it and then just fucking have us fucking so that way everybody's like, what the fuck did they just say?
Yeah.
So anyway, I was actually I'll throw up a fucking photo of it, right? This is how I used to look like right here, folks. Boom. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I was a pretty boy.
You like doing that, anyway. Don't you? Doesn't it just like, I don't know, it just feels good to be like, bam, and just know that it's in post. I see you. Yeah. You starting to get used to that. You're like, all right, here you go.
Yeah. So match with her, right? my pretty boy days before I got a little bit more rugged. But anyway, yeah. Match with this MILF. Went down to her house. Immediately, she was feeling all up on me, man. Her roommates are there, right? So she's with her roommate. She's filling up on me, right? So usually whenever I'm like with girls and stuff like that, right? And again, we talk a lot of times. The reason why me and Ted are giving you guys some game on this because we know and we've experienced older girls. We've been with older girls, you know what I mean? That kind of thing. So that's why if you have been with one, it hits so much home because we're talking from experience. This is not fucking talking out of our ass and making things up, right? So her roommate's there, and usually whenever I'm with girls or anything like that, I'm not really like a touchy guy. I'm not trying to feel up on their ass and shit like that and trying to make out with them. I'm not very I'm not really desperate to do that kind of shit. Like, I'm just trying to get your vibe and see how you are and, you know what I mean, know that you're not crazy. You're not going to fucking stab me and shit like that, right? So, vibe is all good to go. She busts out some wine, right? She's a wine mom. Bust out some wine.
They all are. My bad, not to cut you off. Bro, like, it's funny. It's almost every one of them that I've been with, they always break out the wine. It's funny as hell.
Yeah. It's fucking crazy,
and it's always red wine, too. It's always red
wine.
Yeah.
Red wine, bro. So she busts out the wine. So we drinking some wine, right? And she starts touching me. She's like, you know what I mean? Like, doing that shit where she's like, you know, slowly trying to creep her hand on me and shit like that. I'm like, all right, I see where this is going, right? Long story short. Well, I guess not long story short because Ted is giving battery life for this fucking story, so I gotta keep it going a little bit more, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't want to give you guys too much though, because I want to really, really go into details, like a whole, like so that way you can paint the fucking picture on a whole podcast of that, right? Between me and Ted telling you fucking stories, maybe like one or two a piece, like a whole thing just on that, right? Just a degenerate fucking show that would be. But long story short, her roommate's right there. She started touching me. The roommate's looking like, oh fuck, it's getting loud like that. I'm like, oh, I know what time it is. So got back to the road, bro. beat the stank off that, right? So, and just to show you how open these girls are with fucking kinks and shit, right? And then she's asking me now, basically like, oh, what are you into? I was like, oh yeah, this and that, like, you know, I like to do this, I like to do that. She's like, oh, you can do that to me right now. I was like, what? Are you serious? She's like, yeah, you can do that to me right now. I was like, no fucking way.
I
That's
know exactly.
crazy.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I ain't gonna say it. I am not gonna say it. But I know exactly what you're into.
You know, there was a time I always blurted it out.
You know what's funny? We're best friends. We know what each other's into. Like, it's crazy. Like, it's just, it came about, you more aggressively than me. But, you know, it came out. Now we know. Sometimes it just fucking happens when you're best friends with somebody for 10 plus years. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, no, she did that. I was like, oh, man, that's fucking crazy. So, you know, the day that we do go into details, because I'm really trying not to sound too much of a degenerate, because, you know, I might have a damn family member one day watch this fucking video. You know, they're very, very open with kinks, guys. You know what I mean? And, you know, like the experimentation and stuff like that, they really gonna mind blow you with sex a lot of times. You know what I mean? The older girls and the MILFs, you know what I mean? Like, so just be wary of that, you know what I mean? And know what you're getting yourself into and have a fucking strong mind on your shoulder if you don't want to commit to her, right? Now, if you a fucking dude that wants to commit to an older girl or be a stepdaddy and shit like that, hey, listen, that's on you, bro. You know what I mean? Most of the time, I know dudes, they're not trying to do all that shit. You know what I mean? But if you want to do it, you know what I mean? Hey, go ahead, right? Yeah, now, another thing is if that MILF is used to dating men within her age bracket, and you're a younger dude, say you're in your 20s, you are a lot of the times going to have to deal with the judgment that comes with that, with every aspect of your life that isn't put together. That's gonna shine so bright in her eyes if you don't have a vehicle, if you don't make the amount of money that, you know, she's looking for, if you aren't really that great with kids, if your intelligence or your wisdom is lacking in conversations, and there's no connection between you and her because she feels like she's talking to somebody that's much younger than her, because your intellect is not on par with each other, right? Or your wisdom or your life experience is just not on par. These are all things that you also have to consider. Now, if you like me, I'm 28, but hey, you know what I mean? I feel like even though I don't got my life together right now in some aspects, other aspects, it's pretty much in, you know, it's like I got my shit together as far as my intellect, my wisdom, because I've lived kind of a crazy life for a 28-year-old. You know what I mean? So that part I don't have to worry about. The other shit, yeah, sometimes I got to worry about it because she's used to, you know, dudes that just have everything put together because they had fucking 40, 50 plus years to do so. You know what I mean?
To accumulate, exactly.
Yeah, so, but regardless of all of that, right? I just want to let y'all know, whoever's watching that is interested in dabbling in Cougar Town, right? I just want to let y'all know.
Cougar Town is crazy.
Yeah, for those of y'all who's trying to throw a piece of meat at a cougar, right? I just want to let y'all know, those are some of the best fucking experiences that I've ever had in my goddamn life in the dating world.
Oh yeah.
Best fucking experiences because they know what they want, because they're straightforward, because they know the do's and don'ts, they're mature and all that shit. So my advice to you, young fella, is to go to each and every one of your dating apps, right? And slide that age range slider from 18 to 99. And keep that shit there. Keep that shit there until you get with the woman of your dreams. But don't limit yourself. Stop going 18, 30, 18, 28. Stop doing that shit. Because you're just limiting yourself. You don't know what the fuck is out there. The woman of your dreams could be twice your fucking age. And you'll never fucking know because you got your goddamn age range fucking to 5 years younger and 5 years older. Like, just split that shit open to 18 to 99 plus. I ain't saying fuck nobody's great grandmammy. I'm just saying.
I don't condone none of this shit. 18 to 99 is fucking wild as hell, bro. She might be double your age. Bro, what if homie's like 22, the girl's like 44 or 45? He's like, you know what? I want to have like 7 kids. She's like, well, fucking nature and biology and then on my side, motherfucker.
I think I was with a 40-plus-year-old at 22. She wouldn't tell me her age, but I could tell. You know what I mean?
He could tell. He saw them crow's feet.
It was the crow's feet, the frown lines, the
fucking bunions,
the hands and the feet. Yeah, like it's all very telling. The veins going through the hands, like it's all very.
Oh my gosh.
Very telling. Now she did have a lot of work done. You know, she had a lot of work right here. She had a lot of work like lip and Botox and all that shit.
Straight looking like a damn mannequin.
Yeah, she couldn't make a facial expression to save her life. So I didn't know. Right here. yeah. So I didn't know. I didn't know if she was enjoying it because she couldn't even fucking smile. But
fuck.
But you know what? You don't get that kind of money to get all that work. And still got all them wrinkles and shit if you ain't 40 plus. But anyway, that's times in my life. So don't limit yourself. But my bad. Go ahead.
No, what you said, bro, I wanted to build on that, right? Basically, like how, like, if a dude is interested in dating, like, not dating or I must say messing around, right? Because I just talk for, the vast majority of guys. Vast majority of dudes are not trying to settle down with a 35, 40, 45, 50-year-old woman, right? So what Ted said, though, it's 100% true, right? Now, I've been fortunate enough where basically, I started, grinding it out super early, 20, 21. And, I just pedal to the metal. So a lot of the shit that a lot of guys are going to experience with these chicks, which I'm going to get into right now, I never really experienced because, you know what I mean? Like, it just didn't affect me. You know what I'm saying? Like, going out and doing this and $200 dates is like, whatever the fuck, right? I have multiple vehicles. I have, like, 2-3 really nice cars. Anyway, long story short, let's end that, right? Enough of me fucking sucking my own dick.
Right.
But, what Ted said, though, is fucking true. If you're over here gonna start messing around with with older girls and MILFs and shit like that, be prepared for the belittling. You know what I mean? Be prepared for the belittling. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you have a roommate. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you got a roommate still?
Yeah. And she not only that, right? Be required not only like, and this is we're starting to transition now. If you guys don't know, from the positives, which was the sex and everything like that comes with that, is good with them. Now we're going a little bit more to the negatives, right? And we want to be 100% frank with y'all, right? We should just put like a fucking picture of a donut right there. I'm fucking frank.
Go ahead and do it, brother. Go ahead and do it. Bow.
No, but so so basically if for the dudes that want to, you got an attraction or you trying to go for them and shit like that, I want y'all also to be prepared, like how Ted said. They're going to belittle you, man. Like how you just said, like, oh, you got a roommate or you got a shitty car, you know what I mean? Like, oh, you can't afford to go out here and there. And not only are they going to fucking belittle you and fucking single moms, older women, this is one of the reasons why dudes don't want to fucking mess with you is because you guys start not only belittling men that can't do the shit that you're used to from men, you guys start requiring those same guys that are not in that position to do so, to do those things that those fucking rich guys did when you started dating them when you was younger, right? So you'll be like, oh man, I make, let's just say 70, 80 grand. She'll be like, yeah, I want a first class fucking flight to Cancun next month. You're like, bitch, I can't afford this shit. But she's used to living a whole fucking other life before your ass came up, right? So be prepared for requirements to start being attached to that pussy, basically, right? Yeah. So maybe you hit that shit like 2 or 3 times. Bro, after you hit it like 2 or 3 times, a lot of times these girls are gonna be like, all right, you gotta take me to a winery. You gotta take me to this fucking restaurant. That's my favorite restaurant. Or you gotta take me here. You gotta take me there. Oh, I do movie nights and shit like that on fucking Saturday night. Now, that Saturday night you can't spend with the homies. Or if you got a business or you got a little side gig, now that's time delegated away from your shit, right? From your purpose. So there's things that they start requiring dudes to do. And I think a lot of dudes that's going to be messing around with these older chicks, I don't think you understand what the fuck you're getting yourself into with that aspect, right? Like, not only the belittling, you know what I mean? Like her putting you down and, you know what I mean? Like basically looking down on you, but also the fact that she's going to require you to do some shit. Now, another thing too, I said, the fucking lay with these older girls are fucking great. Now you're so sucked in, you might be doing credit cards and shit like that, taking out loans to take this girl to fucking dates that you can't even afford, never took your mom to, whatever the case may be. All right, you know what I mean? You taking her to fucking wineries. You don't even know what a charcuterie board is. You know what I'm trying to say? She's ordering 2-3 charcuterie boards, and you doing this all in fucking loans because you ain't got no fucking money. It could be a fucking mess, dude. All right, so don't think with your dick going into those situations. All right, you gotta use your fucking head and be headstrong.
Yeah. Now, just a little side note. My camera cut off about 3 minutes ago, or maybe 2 minutes ago.
Okay.
So it's the Andrew show right now.
Okay.
But y'all can still hear my voice. Yeah. so
hey, you know, it doesn't usually happen to you like this. Usually my shit cuts off.
Right. Hey, but you know, we only human, and this human forgot to charge his batteries, so.
It
Here
happens,
we are.
but
anyway, I have a powerful point to leave off with. I'm just on a roll this video. So I feel good. I feel like all my thoughts are flowing out like fucking butter.
No, oh man, you got some fucking Instagram and TikTok and YouTube reels in this motherfucker, bro.
Hell yeah. So I'm gonna end it with a very, very powerful point. And this is coming from experience, fellas. So I'm not talking down to nobody. This is coming from experience. Most of the time, and this is kind of piggybacking off of one of my other points. Most of the time, if at any point this woman who's, 12, 15 years older than you, whatever, right? If at any point she feels as though you are not a man and you are not a protector, and you are not her man who she can actually stand behind and feel safe and feel taken care of, if at any point she feels like she just adopted another kid in you, it's fucking over. It is over. If she feels like, okay, you just asked to borrow money for this, and you can't do this for me, but I'm doing all this for you. I'm basically taking care of you like a mom because you can't do shit for yourself. If at any point she feels that way, it's a steep fucking decline from there, brother. It is a steep fucking decline. So one thing to keep in mind, if you are in your 20s and you gonna experiment with, the cougars and shit, keep in mind, if your maturity is not there, at least if your maturity is not there and you don't have everything figured out in life like the average, 40-year-old who's gone through more stages in his life, who's had double the amount of time to figure shit out.
Been through fucking World War II and World War III already.
Right. Like if you still trying to figure shit out, just know if you going into that dating pool, you might be viewed, if you don't play your cards right, you might be viewed as just another fucking child to her. And that's not gonna sit well with her. She's looking for a fucking man. She's looking for somebody to take care of her, or at least match what lifestyle she's already built.
Yes.
She doesn't want to be teaching you shit. She doesn't want to be fucking like scolding you and lecturing you on every other fucking thing that y'all talk about, because that's just going to feel like you are her oldest child. And that is not attractive at all. You've lost, as Gen Z says, you've lost all your aura points. And you just, you need to just fade off into the distance and go back to the 20-something-year-olds at that point until you get your shit together. Because they're not looking for another kid. They don't want another kid. They want a man. And that's why they're looking. Now, if they look in the 20-year-old bracket, they know what they're signing up for. But they also know that there's motherfuckers like me and Andrew who they're not going to feel like, oh, it's just a big ass kid that I'm taking care of now. No, because we know from experience how to play our cards right. And And if you go into it, say you're a 28-year-old, okay, but you still got that fucking young ass fucking 18, 19-year-old mentality, and you shooting for the big dogs, you just gonna get fucking shot down. And you gonna get your heart broken. You gonna get your heart broken worse than any 20-year-old can or will ever break your fucking heart. Because that woman don't give a fuck about your feelings. She's gonna lay it on, and she gonna lay it on thick. Send you home crying.
She don't even give a fuck about herself. What the fuck? A lot of times they don't even give a fuck about themselves.
Exactly. She gonna send you home crying with your tail between your legs back to the fucking 20-year-olds. Don't do that to yourself. Know what you're signing up for. And hey, at the end of the day, just have fun.
Hey, I just want to I want to close it out with this point, right? Because this is an important part with MILFs and older girls that we never talked on too much. So I'm going to try to keep this super short, and then we're going to wrap this thing up. I want to talk about the kids, right? So, guys, like how you mentioned it a little bit, Ted. If you're not ready to be a fucking stepdaddy, bro, don't try to pretend stepdaddy with these fucking older girls and these MILFs and shit like that. You know what I mean? Don't try to, you know what I mean? Be like, oh, it's going to be you, me, and the kid, baby, and then fucking leave her. Because then now you got dudes that are just, you know what I mean, sitting on the sidelines, good dudes, you know what I mean, dudes that don't even get no girls, they getting wrapped for that now. Because now in her fucking deluded mind, she's like, oh, fuck. You know what I mean? This dude just lied to me. Now all guys are liars. You know how it goes. You know what I mean? Girls just fucking wholesale be like, oh, all guys are liars. So number one, don't fucking play pretend stepdaddy and fucking try to, you know, lie your way to some pussy. Be straight up. Be honest. You know what I mean? Let her know, hey, listen, this is what's going to be. If she fucking negotiates a bad deal, that's on her. All right? You know what I'm trying to say? So understand that. Number two, when it comes down to her kids, understand that if you're gonna go in, like, this is more like a guy that wants to get into a relationship with a single mom, MILF, older women, right? Whatever the case may be. Maybe you want to do that. Maybe you want to save the fucking world one fucking step kid at a time, right? I don't know what the case may be. But for y'all out there, bro, you gotta understand, like, and this is the reason, like, MILFs, MILFs, older women, single moms, this fucking thing is right here. This single moms, older women, this fucking clip is for you. The reason why a lot of fucking dudes don't want to fucking get with you is because they know that they will never be fucking first in your life. You know what I mean? That fucking kid has no attachment to him. You basically have no attachment to him because the kid comes first in your life. All right? You know what I mean? And the guys know that, hey, listen, hey, let's go on a date on Saturday. She's like, oh, no, I gotta change little Timmy's diapers. I gotta fucking take him to the fucking hospital because he has a condition. You know what I mean? He has a life-threatening condition. And guys fucking know that shit. And then they're like, you know what? I don't want to mess with these girls with fucking single moms. You know what I mean? And on top of that, too, hey, listen, single moms and older women, a lot of times, y'all don't even want to have another kid. You know what I'm trying to say? So the dude that's coming into this shit, he has to basically adopt your kid and basically have his fucking lineage just die off. That's crazy as hell. So he's going to take care of your kid, be a fucking stepdaddy and a Superman to your kid, and then he's gonna have nothing in return. He's gonna have no legacy, no lineage, no heir, no shit. So all the money he works for, you know what I mean, is just gonna go right to your fucking kid, right to your fucking baby daddy's cream pie, essentially.
And that's why you got all these angry, violent ass stepdads, because not only did their lineage get cut off, but they're looking at the miniature version of the nigga that was packing his girl out for years.
Bro, that's fucking terrible. Oh my gosh, that's fucking terrible, bro. Hey,
he'll whoop that kid's ass over a fucking over spilt milk, you know what I mean? Just because he's just mad. He's just mad at the fucking world. He's mad that he fucking fell into that situation.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? That's fucking crazy.
And if you guys fucking do this shit, all right, you know what I mean? Like, I know a guy, bro, super fucking good guy, man. You know what I mean? He's a fucking great person. And he took on kids that wasn't his own. And that fucking kid, all those kids that he basically took on to be his own through the courts and everything, he didn't even have to fucking do this, man. I don't think fucking girls understand this, right? I'm not a fucking single dad. I never planned to be a single dad. No, sorry. A stepdad. I'm not a stepdad. I never planned to be a fucking stepdad. But for all the fucking girls, single moms, older women out there, you don't know how much fucking like negative stigma comes with a dude that fucking steps up to be a fucking stepdaddy to your crumb snatching ass kid. They don't even fucking know that.
Yo, crumb snatching, snot nose ass little kid.
Bro, like this dude, I know a guy. He fucking took on 3 kids. 3 kids of another woman. And those fucking kids give this guy fucking hell every fucking day, bro. You know what he told me, bro? You know what he told me? I'm not gonna expose him or nothing like that. He's like, man, I wish these kids would basically delete themselves.
Golly.
Give this man straight hell.
Oh man, it got to that point.
It's that point because you got to think, right?
He just around the house just leaving plastic bags all over the house, just hoping they fucking get into some shit.
Oh fuck. Oh bro. Oh fuck. He's trying to set up like mouse traps everywhere for it to happen. Oh,
mouse traps. Oh, baby, I don't know what happened. I just came home and little Timmy had a plastic bag over his head.
Oh, fuck. No, dude. You know, so like the single moms and the fucking older women, they don't understand how much fucking risk a guy takes whenever they fucking take on your fucking crumb snatching ass kid, and they don't understand like how much hell that fucking kid is gonna give that man. A lot of times these fucking guys go through fucking balding, early fucking stages of cancer because of your fucking stupid ass kid don't want to listen to this man. He's trying to have everything in fucking order. He's trying to save you and save that kid at this fucking same time, man. And you know, that dude, I think, should be so appreciated if he does wind up stepping in and be like, you know what, I'm gonna be your Superman. A lot of times that guy doesn't get treated like Superman. The guy gets treated like fucking shit. And then you expect other dudes that see that shit, all right, and be like, yeah, no, why don't any guy want me? Why don't any guy want to date a single girl that has a kid? It's because we see the motherfucker got stage 2 cancer from your fucking kid. You know what I'm trying to say? So another thing too, I want to end the video off with, right? So, for the single moms and the older women, understand, besides the stepdaddy, nobody gives a fucking shit about your kid. Okay? So, when a guy steps in and he's over here trying to maybe possibly court you, he doesn't give a rat's ass about your kid initially. Now, as long as that kid is probably not, you know what I mean, stabbing his tires and throwing rocks through windshields and graffitiing his neighborhood, I don't think he's going to give a fuck about your kid initially. Now, the thing about it is, what the problem with the single moms and older women and MILFs, they expect you, Ted, maybe you have experience with this, they expect you to basically take their kid and them initially as a package deal. Bro, let me tell y'all, this is a fucking crazy story, right? There was a single mom that I matched with years ago. This was like fucking 6-7 years ago, right? Wanted up meeting her, whatever, right? So she's like, oh, I'm over here, so I want to go pick her up, right? You know what this bitch did, bro?
Huh?
I mean, bro, let me tell y'all how fucking delusional single moms are and stuff like that, right? MILFs, older girls. This bitch had her fucking kid with her. Basically, is trying to line up like a dick appointment with me, and then she's like, oh, can I put my son in your backseat? I'm like, put your son in the backseat? I'm like, that your son better catch the fucking bus, bitch. This kid like 8 months old. You better catch the bus. You better give him a bus pass, motherfucker.
Yeah, hey, if you not trying to be the stepdaddy, don't start picking the kid up from school. Don't start giving him some after school snacks. You know what I mean? Watching cartoons with him. Fucking giving him Christmas gifts and birthday gifts and all that shit. Because all you doing is leading that kid on into thinking that you gonna be his next daddy when your only intentions is to pipe out his mother. So don't do that to the little kid. Don't do that to the boy, or the girl.
You know, could you? Is that a true statement, right? Because I think you and me were pretty experienced with the older girls and MILFs, right? Like I said, this is more on the negative side of things that kind of what comes the good, the bad, the ugly, right? We talked about the good. Now we're talking about the bad. Bro, do you notice that with single moms, older girls, MILFs, right? Because usually when they're older, they have a fucking kid, right? Most of the time, people in an advanced age have kids. Do you notice with single moms, bro, that they tend to bring their kid as a package deal right off the rip a lot of times?
Well, I know that exists. I know that is a very common thing. when you're dipping into that dating pool. However, I only go for the ones that because I make my intentions clear, right?
Right.
It's important that they make their intentions clear. It's important that I also make my intentions clear. And
Absolutely.
my intentions are that I'm not trying to be a stepdaddy, and I'm not trying to be your boyfriend if that then entails that I'm going to be a stepdaddy.
Right.
That's because in this stage of my life, that is not what I'm looking for.
Right.
So that's pretty much clear right out the gate before anything even starts.
Right.
That's just my foresight, and that's
your
my
life
intellect.
experience on it.
Exactly. Now if you go into it and you don't make those intentions clear, and it's basically like they can't tell the difference between a guy that is actually trying to be in their kid's life because they come in as a package deal, and a guy that is just trying to have something on the side and all right,
Ooh,
that is find a babysitter and let little Timmy go with the babysitter so that we can have our alone time.
Right.
And the guy that basically is just trying to make in his mind make it like the kid just doesn't even exist.
Right.
If you're not communicating, you can't really tell the difference. So you can't really blame her for putting that responsibility on you. The only thing you can blame her for is not asking and not just being upfront and being like, hey, what are you looking for out of this? Right.
But
But
that's
now,
kind of like what I talked about. Oh, go ahead.
Okay. If there's no communication on either side, then that's the trap that you're going to fall into. Now, I just never fell into that trap because I make sure to do my due diligence and make sure that they understand, hey, I'm 28, you know what I mean? I'm not looking to raise a kid right now. I got a lot of dreams right now that I'm not trying to get crushed by this little Chucky doll. I got but I do want a kid one day, and when I have a kid one day, it's probably going to be mine. I want a kid from my nutsack, not your ex's nutsack. Okay. So, and hey, that might change. I might fall in love with a girl that has a kid, and then I'm at that point where I want to actually take care of a kid and all that shit. But right now in my life, if I have a kid, yeah, it's gonna come from me, and it's gonna look like me. You know what I mean? It ain't gonna look like fucking Laverius Terrius III that you was smashing, and then he fucking threw your ass to the curb, and then I picked you up off the curb like an old mattress. It ain't gonna look like him. It's gonna look like me. Damn it! If I'm paying all the fucking for the school supplies, and I'm taking the time to wake up early in the morning to drop him off at school. Picking him up from school, making sure he's fed, replacing his old busted ass shoes, and then I buy him some new shoes. He goes to school and he fucks them up again. I gotta replace them again. If I'm going through all that shit, he at least better fucking look like me. Damn it, he at least better be my fucking kid. But that's just me. So anyway, that's my experience.
Fuck, man. Oh my gosh, bro! I wish your fucking camera didn't die, bro, because that's another fucking that's another YouTube fucking TikTok reel, bro. That shit is fucking golden, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna basically wrap this video up, right? So all the guys that are we do these videos for the younger guys, right? Or at least the younger guys' point of view in mind a little bit more, right? But all guys can benefit from this. If you're gonna go for the MILFs, know what it comes with. The lay that you can have, the fun that you can have, the casual stuff, it's gonna be pretty good. But there's a lot of things attached to it, right? The kids, the requirements she's gonna put on you because she's used to a fucking standard of living. If you can't uphold that, she's gonna belittle you, shit like that. She might try to make you play fucking stepdaddy, bro. You know what I mean? Like you over here, you having some fun with this girl. Right after the fun happens, you come outside and then she just plops her fucking crumb snatching ass kid right in your fucking arms. Yeah, change his diapers. I'm like, bro. So you gotta be very very careful and go in there headstrong. You know what I mean? Like now, for the guys that want to save the world one step kid at a time. Hey, my hat's off to you, man. Like, you took on like one of the fucking hardest jobs. And again, like I said, and bro, like, you know, like stepdad is such an unappreciative job. So I kind of want to like, you know, end the video with this note. All the fucking single moms out there, if you got a dude that's fucking taking care of your damn crumb snatching ass kid right now, and you're not showing that man the uttermost respect, thanks, you are a fucking piece of shit, in my opinion. You know what I'm trying to say? That guy's taking on the hardest job in the fucking world. He can't discipline your kid because that's not his kid. He has to basically wait for that kid to be all ready to go because little Timmy comes first, not him. You know what I mean? He's playing basically the third or fourth role in that fucking relationship. He's not head honcho, and he's paying for this kid and shit like that. Hey, you know what I mean? All the stepdads out there, man, you're taking on a fucking tremendously hard job, man. And you know what I'm trying to say? You basically Superman in this kid's life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, hey, that's all I got to say for this video, man. I hope you guys got something out of it. You know what I mean? We got a little bit more passionate towards the end because, you know, I do feel like a lot of dudes that wind up falling in love with a single mom, they might, you know, be like, you know what? The kid's not going to be that big of a deal. And I think they don't understand what they're signing up for. So I just wanted the good, the bad, the ugly with dealing with, you know, older girls to come all into fruition. Sorry, not fruition, but into the light. So that way you can make informed decisions and know what the fuck you're getting yourself into.
Right. And lastly, I just want to say, you know, here on the Rowdy Boys podcast, I've cracked some jokes and I've said some shit that I'm going to have to bleep out. But at the end of the day, shout out to all the good, wholesome single mothers out there. And shout out to all the stepdads doing a great fucking job out there, raising a kid that's not theirs and doing a wonderful job at it, never laying a damn finger on that kid. Shout out to all the single moms who are actually going out in the dating world, even though it's hard because they, you know, got their heart broken or whatever the case may be. And it's hard to trust a man. Shout out to those who are actually putting themselves out there, but making their intentions clear.
Right.
And not forcing a child onto the man who also made his intentions clear that he is not interested in being a stepdaddy. Shout out to everybody who handles that situation with grace and with clarity
and maturity
and maturity and fuck the rest of you. We gonna see y'all next time.
Peace.
Peace.